I'm Clara Nartey. I'm a full-time textile artist. My work is inspired by the rich West African fabrics. Their storytelling features, their bright and bold colors, and their symbolism inspire my work. In that way, I am fusing my West African culture with my American culture to create works of art using textiles, fabrics, threads, and other things. After almost 10 years of being away from YouTube, I am rebooting my YouTube channel to create a textile arts vlog where I take you along my textile arts journey. I want to create connections with people who love this medium, to have conversations about the work, and to create community. In this first video, I'll be sharing how I am reorganizing my studio to make room for new materials that I'm introducing into my art practice. So come along with me. Let me show you what's going on in my studio. My materials, my tools, my supplies have overtaken my space. For example, I have things that are still in the bags in which I purchased them. I have yarn in here. I have another bag of yarn over there, and I have styrofoam. I have embroidery backing still in the box in which I purchased it. I have started to empty my shelves. I used to have fabrics lined up here. I've taken all the fabrics off so that I can rearrange everything here. I got these organizing units from Joann. When Joann was going out of business, they discounted everything, including their store display units. And so this was something that Joann used as their own shelves for storing their yarns. These are 2 units. This is 1 unit here, and this is a separate unit. And I thought, what a great idea. I could use it for my own yarn because I had just started collecting yarns to use. So I got these 2 units. The 2 of them just work perfectly together on my shelving unit. However, as I started to fill these units with my own yarns, they didn't look as great. They didn't look as put together, as well organized as I had thought they would look. I don't like the way they look with the yarns hanging all over. So I'm going to take these shelves off, and I'm going to find a different kind of shelving that I can use. So I took a break and I went to the stores. I saw these containers, and I think that they'll work great for my shelves here for organizing my stuff. I used to have the fabrics folded here without being in any containers, but I think that this might also work. So I'm going to try it out and see. That fits perfectly well with some clearance, which is great. I went back and got some more containers. I think I like the size, so I'm going to add some more to the shelves. Whew. It's been such a long day. Now I'm tired. I have taken the yarn shelves that I got from Joann off my shelving unit. I'm going to replace them with the new containers that I bought, and I'm going to put the yarns in the containers, just like I'm going to do with the fabrics. My only concern is that now that I'm putting everything in containers, I don't know how that is going to look. I have a little concern about that because when the fabrics were on the open shelves without being in containers, they created this beautiful design effect because the fabrics are separated by color. I had arranged each of them according to their colors, so they created this beautiful effect in the studio. But now that I'm going to put everything in containers, I'm not sure if I'm going to have that same effects. That's my number one concern. But I didn't like the way the yarns looked on the shelving that I had purchased from Joanne. Now that I have taken those yarn shells off, I'm not sure what to do with them. These shells. I'm not exactly sure what to do with them, but sufficient for the day. Today I'm tired. I fold all the fabrics tomorrow and put them in the new containers that I got. I'll put the yarns in containers. I'm done for today. So I'll continue tomorrow. Here we are again. Today's another day. I am here, ready to get the work done. It looks overwhelming, although I have been working on it for a number of days, but it still looks overwhelming. I do have a lot more to do, and I don't know how many more days it's going to take for me to get it done. What makes me motivated to get it done is that when I get it done, I can then go on to create art, which is what I want to do. But I need to get this out of the way so that I can get to my sewing machine and my materials and my tools so that I can make some work. So I'm going to give it a go today and see how much I can get done. So the wonderful thing about cleaning out and organizing your space is that you discover things that you have forgotten about. I discovered this bunch of old work. I was so excited. I said, let me show them to you. I did most of my earlier work in black and white because that's the look that I wanted to create. And this piece is one of my earlier pieces. It actually has a date on it. It says 2015, right? So this is almost, what, 11 years ago or 10 years ago, actually, December 2015. And here I was doing a study of the hand. This is another piece that I did about the hands. So you see these two hands with a heart in the middle. This is not dated, but it's in the same time period. Oh my gosh, my earlier work, these are all abstract, so they can be in any direction, whether horizontal or vertical. These works form the foundation of my current work. So much exploration with stitch. There's fabric that I had marbled, so I marbled the fabric here, and then I used some stitch on it. Oh my gosh, it's bringing back so many memories. There are so many of them. I love this one. Well, that was a good break. I mean, I have more in this bunch too, but yeah, I gotta get back to the work. But I just wanted to show you this discovery. I'm so excited. It gives me more energy to go back and get it done so that I can get started on some new work. So today I started early in cleaning up the space. I came in early and I did some work, and I later on left and went to go have something to eat. And I am back here again. As you can see, I have made some progress. The shelves are almost full. I have put up the yarns and fabrics. I have fabrics on the second shelf. I have fabrics on the third shelf. The fall shelf has nothing right now, and then I have other notions and things that were already in these containers. I have not reorganized these containers, but these ones have been done, and I took everything out. That's why the floor was so messy. And the other thing is that I have cleared the floor, so the floor looks so much better now. And I am just going to keep going. My goal is that by the end of the first week of the year, this will all be cleared out so that I can get to work, which is the main goal. So now that I'm mainly done with the stuff that I dumped on the floor, my next task is to focus on the tabletops. So on top of the sewing machine, and my 2 working tables, I need to clear those 3 spaces, these 3 spaces. And when I'm done with these 3 spaces, I would have made a big dent in the work. The rest of the stuff would be little things to do. Most of the things left are office supplies, really. The threads, yarns, fabrics, notions have all been put away. There's a space for everything, and they've all gone into their spaces. But what is left right now is where to put the office stuff. Today I came into the studio and I realized that I didn't have the capacity to continue my reorganization because I have a lot of computer work that needs to be done that I have not touched for so many days, that I have been focusing on doing the reorganization and cleaning up of the studio. And it just needs to be done. So today I'm going to spend some time doing some of the computer work. I'm not going to be able to get to everything, but I'm going to do some of the computer work and clear my to-do list. Although my sewing table is very messy at the moment, I have just managed to create a little space here to put my laptop and to be able to work for a little bit. So I'm going to focus on computer work for most part of this morning, and then I'll see how the day goes and decide whether I can jump into reorganization. But for now, I'm just going to work on my computer. Today my plan is to work on this tabletop and try and clear this one, and then when I'm done with this one, I'm going to go to the next one and clear it. It's just the 2 tabletops that need to be cleared, and then there are some little things that need to be done, but these are my working tables, so when I clear this, I can start to work even if the rest of the studio is not clean. So that's the plan. These are thread ends that I cut when I am doing my thread painting, free motion machine embroidery, as some people call it. So all the threads that are cut while I'm working, I put them in this big container, and usually I would put them into smaller containers and store them on the top shelf over there. They are so pretty. I don't want to just let them go. I want to save them and use them for something else. Look how pretty they are. So pretty, so colorful. And the containers that I usually put them in, I don't have any more of those containers. So I have to think about what I want to put these in. I also found some ribbons as I was cleaning. So I have the ribbon container here. I'm going to put all these in this container. And I have pens and markers and all sorts of colorful writing instruments. I have a lot of these. I have pens everywhere. So I have to put these away. Look at this. It's still in the it's still in its original packaging. I bought this, I don't know how many years ago. It's $10. Bought this a long time ago, the Patchwork Place. And it's called a Ruby Beholder. So what it does is it helps you to sort through fabrics to be able to tell the different values of the fabric. I haven't even used it. So that's what I plan to do today, is to clean up this tabletop and see how it goes. Thank you for joining me today. A couple of reflections. What I've learned from experience is that the beginning of everything is hard. It takes time to ramp up to the speed and to the level that you really want to be working at. And so in the beginning, it's very easy to give up. But that is not a time to give up. It's normal for the beginning to be harder. And I keep that in mind. When it's hard in the beginning, I tell myself it's going to get better. It's definitely going to get better. Number 2, I expected this project to take just a couple of days. And several days have gone by and I still have not finished it. And this is something that happens a lot. When we are planning to do something, we always underestimate how much time, how much money, how much effort we will need to do that project. I hear the psychologists have a fancy name for that. They call it planning fallacy. We always underestimate how much time we would need, how much resources, how much is going to go into doing a project. And that's exactly what I did here. I underestimated. I thought by the end of the first week of January, I'll be done, and I'm not done. So those are the two things that I learned from this experience. Number one, it will get better. And number two, it takes more time than you expect. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share and subscribe to my channel and invite your friends so we can build a community. Thank you. Until next time, take care.